Hello everyone, this is Vijit, and here we are going to witness Sprint 1 demo by POC team. And we Rise Together team has developed a project for a non-profit organization. So this POC is a brainchild by Ashok, and this gives the opportunity for our trainees to take an internship opportunity where they explore various business, technical, deployment, development, and team collaborations. And this team has done a wonderful job getting the requirement and converted that into a product for our business people to use. So now we are going to witness on various stages and processes they have come through to get it done. Now let me over to the team. All the best.
Thank you, Vijit. Thanks for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for all joining us today. It is an honor to share our latest project to enhance and expand to our non-profit organizations reach by using Salesforce Experience Cloud. Our goal has always been to serve our community in the most impactful way possible, and this is new project bring us one step closer to that vision. Thank you, Ashok, giving the platform to collaborate, and thanks for the team. This moment we are going to explore how we complete sprint 1. So let us introduction of the project. As a non-profit organization, we are always seeking innovative solutions to connect with our community, empower our volunteers, and organize events that create lasting change. Salesforce Experience Cloud has given us the ability to develop a centralized, interactive platform, one that allows us to connect seamlessly with our members, volunteers, and supporters. This new system helps us to bring our community together. So this rise together. So why we have this rise together to help community engagement and efficient registrations and event management. We developed a rise together project. So this is initially for recognize our volunteers. So in these platforms, the volunteers can sign up for events that suit their schedules, track their hours and contributions, and access exclusive resources and training materials. Here, the list of volunteers can schedule their own interest, and they can contribute as much as possible to the community. The next is empowering our community members. One of the most significant aspects of this platform is the direct benefit it provides to our community members. Through the Experience Cloud, we have established a member portal where people can access resources that suit their needs, participate in community discussions, and receive notification on upcoming events, workshops, and other opportunities that ensure that every members feel valued. We have implemented a membership benefit by logging in regularly, so the members can earn points, and they can book the event tickets, and ensuring that every interactions with the platform is rewarding. We developed this platform, this web portal, based on that community and volunteers organizations. This is our effective community events. So the main purpose of this portal is we developed an experience cloud. Using this portal, the community members can book their tickets, and volunteers can do the volunteer services in meaningful way. So everything we want to maintain everything in the scheduled manner. So the event organizers, so whatever event we are organized, so it is easy to create and schedule and manage the events. Community events, like all the events we are included to to do the better community services. Volunteers and members to upcoming events register with a single click and receive the real-time updates and reminders. So this Experience Cloud portal will give the better connection with the organization. So whatever the non-profit organization doing the service to the community, it is reachable to the community. It is facilitate all the events and empower the service. So thanks for this opportunity. We developed a Salesforce Experience Cloud web portal. In this portal, the volunteers can list their jobs, events, schedules. Community members can interact, they can book the tickets, they can come to the events and then get the most benefit. And we have so many functions we added to this cloud. And thanks once again, thanks to Ashok to give the platform to develop our web portal. Thank you, Vijit, for initiative and coordinating and assemble the team. So as a Scrum Master, we developed this project from the scratch. So we have a wonderful team, business analyst team. So they have developed the URIs. We followed the agile method. Using the agile method, we developed this project. So daily we are conducting the stand-up call using Scrum model, using Jira tool. And we have the development team. It's excellent and most efficient. They are they are showing all the skills to develop this portal. Thank you, Jereen, Karna, Pratyusha, Sophia, and Anand to develop this portal. Deployment team, they used tools to deploy and they developed different stages. Thank you, Pratyusha, Lata, and Anand. And testing and QA team, it's a wonderful. So what we did, so everything it's experimental. So to make it is the most functional way by the effect of the testing and QA team. Thank you, Ashmita, Jason, and Ravinder. Now I am going to explain how we did the agile method. So everybody knows the agile method. I'm just going to explain my role, how the agile is introduced for help for this project. The goal of this sprint one, we want to develop the management system. The management system is mainly for registration and authentication. The registration facilities for all, whoever it is volunteering or community services, for all it's help for the registration. For registrations, we have so many rules and regulations, how to register and approval system. The approval system is taken by the admin. So here we are going to explain how this business developed using the Salesforce Experience Cloud. The registrations method we did, it's the process we did using LWC components. We did the registration. We developed the portal using the Experience Cloud. After the registrations, it's done, approval done by the admin, that everything approval process. We used approval process to do the administration part. After administrations, we have different stages, that all the different stages are handled by the LWC components and Apex classes. We used whatever registered, whoever registered, all the registration data is uploaded in the Salesforce using a trigger. And we developed flows. The flows will give this will enhance the system, how it will go, how we have done the approval process, how the trigger is working. So that part handled by the flows. And publishing our portal, it's done by the LWC components. And we did the deployment using Salesforce CLI, we covered deployment, and the testing, we used Selenium to test our components. As a Scrum Master, we developed, we did, we captured all the data using the Jira. So we already have Jira. We already explored Jira. So using this Jira, so all whoever attended the earlier team meetings, they are well aware of the Jira. So in this Jira, we developed the project. We are using the Epic, and from the Epic, we did the user stories. So each business requirements we developed as Epic. From the Epic, we developed a stories. The stories is assigned. So everything monitored through the portal. So stand-up calls and assign is how we assigned, how we tracking the effort, everything done by the Jira tool. So the next, I'm giving handover to the how they developed the stories. The business, first we got the business. The business developed as a Epic from the BA perspective, how they developed the user stories. From the user stories only, we developed the project, each and every coding deployment. So the BA team will explain how they developed the user stories. Please, BA team, can you continue?
Thank you, Sujata. Good evening, one and all. As a member of BA team, I welcome you all to the presentation. The diagram that you're looking at depicts the process we followed as a business analyst. Based on the several discussions we had with the stakeholders, we gathered the business requirements and identified the project scope. And we also reviewed them with our project coordinator and made sure we are aligned with the business need. And then we also prepared the BRD document and user stories. And we also discussed with the development team and QA team, and we finalized the requirements. Can we move to the next slide, please? So, if you see the challenges that Rise Together was facing. First, let me introduce Rise Together. Rise Together has been dedicated to supporting low income and specially able and a wide range of population with their grants, supplies, and lot of community events. However, they were managing all this manually, so they were facing a lot of challenges like duplicate grants were going to same families, and same member was attending multiple events, and so many of them could not even participate, and some volunteers they failed to show up at the right time without any prior notice, and some people wanted to take part without having a proper authentication and a ticket. So overall tracking these members, attendees, volunteer was very difficult, and often it was leading to confusion and disputes. Next slide, please. So these were the solutions we proposed as a business analyst. So what we proposed was we developed a robust user-friendly registration portal where members and volunteers can submit their details and apply. We also implemented an approval process that allows admins to review and approve each applicant, granting approved users secure login access to view events and volunteer tasks. Additionally, we also set up restrictions to ensure fair distribution of resources, like limiting each family to one event per week and enabling admins to manage users' active status as needed. This solution brings efficient automation and control to Rise Together's mission and meeting the community support efforts smoother and more equitable. Next slide, please. So these are just a sample of user stories we developed. Under B. Okay, these are the user stories we handled as a part of Sprint 1. What you're looking at, the first one is about the home page. And you can see the user story, acceptance criteria, and the subtask part of that. Followed by, we have a community member registration page, and similarly, volunteer registration page. We also prepared a BR document. Yes, this is the BRD document the team has prepared. Like the requirements that we gathered and the solutions we proposed in detail. And also in detail, it explains the project scope. Thank you. Now I hand over the control to the development team.
Can you check if you're muted?
Sorry. Hi everyone. Myself Jereen Fathima from development team. And when we first thing what we do is we'll get this requirement from the Jira. We'll get this requirement in Jira. We got this requirement. The Scrum Master will assign those requirements based on the BA's input. She'll prepare all the tasks and assign to each person who is working on that. After looking this assignment, we'll look into that. What are the things we have to prepare? What are the components we have to use? Everything we have to prepare. Then we'll use the components. What are the components? Like is it required a custom object or any validation rule? If we need to register the volunteers or community members, means there is some age restriction, right? That is handled by the validation rules. And the phone numbers, we have handled many validation rule for the phone numbers in previous things also. So in the real time also, we'll using the same validation rules. So for while after registering, they need some template. So that we'll do create a template and we'll send them that too. And after they have registered them as a community member or volunteer, that automatically gone into the approval process. So once the admin will look into that record and look for the credentials. If credentials okay with the admin, then only she or he will agree those records. Then it will automatically convert to the contacts. Once they are converted to the contact, they are the users. As a user, as a volunteer, as a community member. So for that, we have created many components. I'll show you in this. This is the site we have created. So in this member registration, we have created this using the LWC component. We have created one form to display this. So I'll show you the demo. So here the validation will be automatically applied. So if I didn't give proper email, means it will ask for the email also. So if I give the future date, means that then also it will, while saving, it will throw an error. I'll show you that. So here we have to agree. Then only it will submit. It will accept. Before agreeing, if I try to submit means it will throw an error. So here I will try agree and submit. Now it is throwing an error, sir. Email, because using email validation we have created. So I will just put ABC and submit. So the future date it will not accept. That also have handled in validation. So once it is submitted, the record will be created, and for each community member, they have to provide their Aadhaar card or any ID they have to provide. They have to, in this upload file, they have to provide. So I didn't create those now. So that will be automatically stored in our community. Sorry. Sorry, here I added the filter. I removed it. So it will be created, and for that particular creation, it will be automatically approved. Approval also will be submitted. If it is not approved, it will be automatically submitted for approval also. And once it is approved, it will be automatically converted to the contact. So for this contact, now I'll show you how for this contact, if you want to log in and look into the details means in the events page. So everything will be handled. So for this we have thought of using the LWC component. Using the LWC component, we have called the controller to give those records and display it here. And to handle the ticket creation on the volunteer, everything, we have used the custom objects to create all the details, the ticket handlings and volunteer details, everything. So once logged in, if I click book ticket means it will automatically book a ticket under my name. So the ticket will be booked also. So for me, the ticket is booked. So it is also will be handled. So based on the requirements, we select what are the components we'll use. And first we have created the portal in the Experience Cloud. And for volunteer registration, when volunteer is entered, it will automatically submitted for the approval process. Once the approval process is submitted, approval is completed, then only they can sign up and will show the event. So community members also same will be happened. So it is the approval process, how it is happened. And when they enter, they can view the management ticket. I'll show you that also. If now this is a community member. This contact is a community member. So when she tried to log in, only one event we can see. But he's a volunteer. So when volunteer logged in, based on the volunteer logged in, it will show the volunteer events also. So this is also we restricted using the triggers, and in the SOQL query we have restricted using the record type ID we have restricted. And event creation is handled in the object itself. The event is created, and if a community member is logged in, only he can see the community member events. If a volunteer is logged in, then he can see only the volunteer events. That is also handled in the background by the Apex controllers and triggers. So age limit, we have restricted the volunteers to, if he is under 13, then he should have registered only with the guardian name. That we have restricted. Many restrictions we have applied. So these are the restrictions handled in the background by all our Salesforce components. So now I'll hand it over to the deployment team. Lata, please take over.
Jereen, am I audible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lata Sharma, and I'm going to explain about deployment in this project, Rise Together, how we deploy the things. So, for the deployment, we using VS Code tool. So, just a quick explanation or intro about VS Code. VS Code we are using for object field and classes. We can use for one or to another. In our project, we use VS Code from deploy the object field classes from Rise Together to QAR using VS Code. So for the using of data, first we will install Salesforce CLI or Salesforce extension in our VS Code. This is a helping tool, helping extension. We will use this and then authenticate both two auths, right? Our common auth and QA auth. So here, first we will authenticate our auth. So for the authentication, or we will just open the SFTS or authorization or project, and then go to the default auth. And just create a dummy or given a alias name and connect with our development or and after that it will authorize and Salesforce CLI will come. Then go to VS Code. Very nice. So here we let just trying to retrieve the metadata from our common org. So for that we will next slide. Not deploy, first slide with the very first. Before it. So, okay, fine. Yeah, thank you. So here, we will open our package XML file, here package XML generator. So here we can choose any our object, any class or any field which we want to retrieve from the common org, or where we develop that object or apex. Then we will select it. And after that, update package.xml and go our package.xml. And then where we change the auth and retrieve it. After then the retrieving, we will go to the process of deployment. So first we will select our QA or any other org where we want to deploy our all codes and classes, object and files. So for that, very next slide please. Thank you. So here we will select our course as first. If it is our package.xml not working, then we will go to the course app and we will right click and deploy the thing. So for the deployment, we use the document. Document. So here all the components which we deployed. First one is fields we deployed, then objects we deployed. Yeah, so we select API name. Next one is taking home page specific sources. These are all the images we deployed. Then next some other documents. deployment. This is the complete process of documentation, pre-deployment, deployment, and the post-deployment. How we use this fetch process, triggers, dependencies, and all metadata which we use, just taking care of it. Thank you so much, and I just next CV team will handle it.
Thank you, Lata. Jereen, can I share my screen? So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. So, as a QA team member, based on the BRD document and acceptance criteria, we have prepared the test cases. So, this is the test case template we have used, and these are the test cases, like positive test case as well as negative test cases we have prepared. So, once it is prepared, we got it reviewed from the product owner. So we got the feedback like what all scenarios we have to modify. So based on that, we have modified the test cases and got it reviewed. And once the code is deployed, we have followed few testing techniques like smoke testing, functional testing, retesting, and regression testing. So we have created a bug report. So based on the functional testing, we have identified few issues and we have reported a bug, and we have informed that during the stand-up call. And this is a sample bug report which we have created. So the ID number, the type of defect, the screenshots, the URL, what is the summary, and what is the expected result, the actual results. If there are any steps that we need to show to them to understand to the development team, they can go and read the steps like how we have verified. So this is a sample bug report. And in terms of automation, we have used Selenium as an open source tool and used Selenium concepts and test engine techniques. So let me explain the scenarios like what we have prepared. So this is the Selenium Eclipse, and it's a Selenium IDE tool. Here we have used the Selenium concepts. So in sprint 1, we have two registration. One is for volunteer and one is for community member. So normally the website will be opening. Once we launch the browser, the website will open and they'll be filling the details like first name, second name, last name, email number, phone number, the basic details. And they'll be selecting the address, city, and all the mandatory fields they'll be filling. So same goes to the community registration as well. So here we have used the test engine cons like we have created the login details in a separate method, and we have created before method. So this will execute first, and after method will close all the browsers which is opened by the Selenium, and we will be closing it using the after method, and all the concept is created using at test class. So what we did means we have converted these two test cases into test suite. So this is a test suite. So first the community registration number will execute, followed by the volunteer registration. So let me execute. So it is launching a browser. It is maximizing. It is clicking on the member registration, filling all the details and giving the submit button. Community member registration successfully done. And now volunteer registration screen will open. It will maximize. It will click on volunteer registration. It will fill all the details. Here we have did like a positive flow. Only positive scenarios we have did, because for negative scenarios we have identified the issues and we have reported. So it will close the browser. So till sprint 1 we have automated these scenarios. And yeah, that's it from testing team. Thank you.
Thanks to the team. As a closing, in closing, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who has contributed to complete this one project, from our dedicated team and members and developers to our volunteers who help us to develop the screen. So the participants, the viewers, the audience, they may get a full complete idea what we completed in sprint 1. We developed a portal. Using their portal, volunteers or members, community members, they can do the registration. For doing the registrations, we streamlined how to do, who have to do what, the documents they have to submit, and each and every steps is we validated, and the approval done by the admin and approval process we did through the flow. After the approval, we list out how to rise and develop this portal to help for the volunteers and community members. The future goal, we are still we are developing the sprint 2. So the sprint 2 is participating to do the ticket systems and the event systems, and that volunteers hours management. So it is a completely, they are developing the ticket management system. So using this project, we are giving the opportunity and awareness to the community to get good interaction and get the most benefits. And we are streamlining overflow or taking the advantage or missing the opportunities. Everything we are streamlined. This is since we are doing in sprint 2, that is the following days we will do, and we will hopefully we will complete that. So that's all from Rise Together sprint 1 team. Next it's over to the team. And in this team, we followed the agile method. As I said, as a scrum master, we have strictly followed the Jira to develop everything, and daily doing the stand-up calls and assigning and maintenance and submitting and giving the comments. Everything is maintained using the tool Jira, and other tools and all we are using. So it is each and everything is developed, and we are having the best portal in that all the documentations we are having in the portal: deployment, BA team, business requirement, user story. So all the documents we are maintaining in the portal. And operations, we are doing the operations, and in that operations we are doing the login, log out facilities also. So if do you have any questions or any clarifications, or do you want to do any explore, please proceed.
And welcome all. We especially, I welcome Nagaraj. Can you share some thoughts, Nagaraj, how we had it so far?
Yeah, Vijit, first of all, I would like to congratulate the team and Vijit for coordinating this. So it's really a good presentation and good effort. So basically, I have, I joined a little bit late, so I'm not able to, see that from the first slide. But it's a good effort. Basically, in the testing part, you guys told that you did smoke testing and Selenium automation. I saw that. So what is the advantage, using that Selenium, and in what way you guys feel that kind of testing, helped you?
So normally, if we want to do like integration testing or end-to-end testing in a positive way, or using the positive scenario as well as negative scenario, here comes the automation. So if we provide all the data in the Excel sheet, it will fetch the data and it will process the information in the website, whatever we are using. And also, if we want to do any regression scenarios, like in terms of if we report any issues to the development team, and if you want to re-execute the same scenario again, so at the time the automation come into picture. So don't need to do any manual testing process. If you execute one simple script, it will check and it will provide the result. We can verify the result using the test report. So automation will be helpful for regression testing as well as end-to-end testing.
Okay, what about the functional testing?
Functional testing, we'll be having like as of now we have did the positive scenarios, like validating all the positive scenarios like email ID, date of birth. In terms of like we have a separate pack for negative scenarios, like validating the email ID with the invalid email address and the date of birth field if it is a future date. So whether everything is working fine, whether the validation is capturing or not, what all the expected result for the negative scenarios. So those kind of package we have separately, and we'll be identifying whether it is working as expected, the negative scenarios are working as expected or not. So mainly as of now, we are focused on the positive and end-to-end testing.
Okay, thanks, Jason. You know, the negative is really matters, right? So the negative scenario also should be considered. Most of the times, you know, we will get most of the bugs from the negative scenarios, right? We cannot control how the end user should operate the system, right? So that's one thing. And second thing I have from the business endpoint, I have a question. Suppose I'm participating, I'm joining as a community member. Due to some reasons, I wanted to drop out. So how the system will manage that?
So the community members is they can do participation. If they don't want to drop, they can send an email to the admin. So the admin have the facility to track the status and put a hold. And I think Jereen can explain well how they did the track the status of the applicant. Even the applicant is a new register, or if it is that we are handling in Sprint 2, but Jereen can explain.
Yes, Sujata, thank you. Once the community member is registered and approved, they can participate in all the events. If they want to put the breakman, till now we haven't created any automation for that. They have to send a mail to admin to hold that there. That means if the contact is inactive, they are not able to, that record is inactive, they are not able to participate in the.
That's what I'm trying to convey. So I don't want to look into the automation. At least we should be able to have a mechanism to identify, you know, who is not currently
active and inactive available, sir.
Do we have in your schemas?
Yes, sir. In contact with active and inactive.
Okay.
We have added.
And one more input, probably one fine day, definitely I will join, you know, call and we will discuss, you know, a number of things. One fine thing, you know, when I was looking into the component you build, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw there was a component you were displaying the events, right? In a grid format, right?
Yes, sir. In the grid format, I tried to.
Yeah, I wanted to you know, look into that. Suppose if let's say for example you are getting into Amazon, you are being deep, you know, list of products. Sometimes the description might be small, even though the you know, description is small, all the, you know, grids will be with the same size, right? So
yes, sir, the sizing we have to maintain.
Yeah, you have a different variant sizes, right? I will you know, recommend you guys to look into that probably. Yeah, so one more thing I wanted to, you know, confirm that, let's say for example in sprint 1 you are working in that component. So once we completed the component, we will never go back, you know, unless until there is a bug, right?
Yes, sir. For most of the registration component like that, if there is a bug, we'll go to the component and clear it. Designing we can do if there is any designing required or alignment required.
In real time, if you look at in companies, let's say the LWC component is assigned to me as a task and I was assigned with the ticket, it includes everything, right? Because
yes,
you guys are saying that sprint 1, right? Sprint 1 completed means you guys told that it's deployed, right? Once it's deployed, we will never go back to the component and we will be working in that, right? How we will operate in real time. Once it's deployed, we will never touch that. So you should also follow the same practice. Once it's deployed, you should not touch that component. So you have to plan accordingly. let's say in sprint 1 you can work on the controller side, and sprint 2 you can work on the the design side, UI side. In that way, that discipline should be there. Okay, it's not about only for sprint 1 I will be showing in this way, sprint 2 I will be doing some modification. Strictly, you should have a discipline of completing that entire component in that sprint itself. Otherwise, in real time we will not deploy that, right? We will be added in the backlogs, and then in the next sprint we will take that once the priority is completed. So in that way, in future, if you're going to plan, I will recommend to do in that way. And I have one more suggestion. I saw that the deployment was happened with the VS Code, right? Why you guys haven't tried DevOps Center? DevOps Center is now an integral part of Salesforce, right?
So each sprint we
Any technical challenge you guys facing?
no, sir. Deployment team actually this sprint the deployment team decided for CLI. Each sprint we are choosing the different deployment tools. In sprint 2 we are trying to use Copado. So in further sprints we'll try to use the DevOps also, sir.
My priority will be DevOps Center, because in future we are not going to have change set for sure. Change set will
Yes.
be replaced with the DevOps Center, because these days we never see any release updates related to change set. So future it's going to be DevOps Center. It's an inbuilt DevOps Center. Later Salesforce may introduce the CI/CD also on top of this. As of now, CI/CD is not there in the DevOps Center. In future, CI/CD also may ship along with this DevOps Center. So my priority, or my suggestion is, initially you can try with DevOps Center, then you can go for other tools, Copilot or whatever it may be. They are CI/CDs, right? So probably I
Yes,
will
sir.
recommend try DevOps Center. It's a repository based. So these days
Sure, sir.
the companies are expecting
Yes, sir.
the trainee, it's good to have experience with the DevOps Center at least. So that is one suggestion from my side. Okay, overall I appreciate the entire team for the hard work, and definitely I will connect one fine day. We'll discuss more technically.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
team. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you,
Good
sir,
work.
for all your valuable inputs. Nice to have you
Thanks.
here, sir.
Thanks. I'm sometimes I try to connect, but unfortunately not able to connect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks, team. Good work. Keep it up.
Yes, yes, Nagaraj, it's a great honor. You are also watching our products. It's it's honor for the team. So who educated us, and in front of him, we are just presenting.
Really, I wanted to see you guys to do well, so that's why I joined. We will definitely discuss more, some other day.
It's very nice of you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, team.
So, I think Shivakumar sir want to give some suggestions.
Before that, I'd like to introduce Shiva. Shiva is part of our POC4, and he was doing all the operation and documentations, and he's a good expert on coordinating things. So he want to share something related to our operations and documentations. Yes, Shiva, please go ahead. We are fortunate to have
thank you, Vijit. Thank you, Vijit. Thank you, team. And it was a nice presentation. 2-3 points I have noted just for a suggestion only. And regarding the data entry, you are given first name, last name, and all. And it is accepting numeric characters also. That you have to please check with the first name and the last name. And you fix the number of characters also. It will be very useful. Sometimes the database is very limited, and also 10 characters only allowed, 15 characters. You have to plan that one regarding the first name and the last name. And regarding the phone number, it will accept only 10 digits. That is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will accept. It will accept 8, 5, 6 also. That also you have to check whether this is a valid phone number or not. That also you please check. And one more regarding you are entering any Aadhaar card in the system.
Yes, we are uploading the Aadhaar card at the end, not Aadhaar card number.
Image.
Okay.
Image we are uploading.
Okay, you are entering okay. Why you are uploading the Aadhaar card image for just for information?
So for verification, if we want to register the
Yes,
member
please.
as a community, yes, Sophia, go on.
Sorry, go on, Jereen. Actually, it is for the admin because we have a approval process in place. Once a member or a volunteer record gets created, that record will
Okay.
automatically submit it for approval. So admin may need some documentation, right? Some identity proof you will need. So for
That
that,
is
we have
correct.
given
That
that
is
facility.
no. That is 100% correct. You need an Aadhaar card for the verification. But my suggestion is you put the Aadhaar card number also in your database.
We'll do it in the upcoming.
We had that
We'll add it in
provision.
the backlog and
We
we'll
wanted to make it generic. It can be Aadhaar, it can be SSN. So we thought, okay.
That you can give an option. Suppose if you are using SSN for a United States or other countries and all, they are having the social security number. It should start with some starting number. It should be like that. That format
Yes,
will be
please.
there. If you go to that particular site, you can able to government side. You can able to view the what are the what is the procedure to be followed while entering the SSN number. For example,
Yes.
if you are having going for an Aadhaar card, 0 and 1 is not allowed as per our government. 0 1 is not allowed, only 12 digits number. Sorry, 4 plus 4, 12 digit number. 0 first two letters should not be 0 and 1. Like that, you can for the mobile number also, if it is an Indian number, it should start with 6, not 5. That first digit should start with 1, no, not 1 to 5. To start with 6 as per the information I got it from the Google. You also please check that also.
Okay, sure.
And one more thing, you have created a custom object, right? Now you are not using the standard objects, right?
For member and volunteer, yes, we are using custom objects. Later, once approved, the records will be moved to standard contact object.
Right. Thank you. This is my suggestion, but good presentation. And uploading file, you have completed upload file or it to complete?
Yes, we have
Uploading, yeah, it is completed.
Okay, good. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sophia, I have when I was thinking through that. Did you guys check this in mobile? Because most of these days people will be using mobile or iPad or right. So I will recommend you guys to test whatever you build the component means test the component whether it's a really device friendly, right? It's responsible or not. So
Sure.
this also a part of your QA team, I guess. QA team also should add that. Yeah.
Yes. So we have added it, created the component for to be suitable for every component only. So when we view it in the mobile mode, it is working properly.
Okay.
So while creating the site itself, we are testing that also along with the other functions.
Okay, you are testing it from the community, or you are just testing the component?
The site we'll test in all the pages we are testing, sir.
Okay, then I appreciate. Yeah, so QA team.
Jerry, you can show the site how we published, how we did the preview. It is in all the mode desktop and.
That's fine, Sujata. My concern is whether you guys tested in the actual mobile.
From QA perspective, we haven't verified from mobile, like in terms
Not
of the
from
publication.
mobile, yeah.
So most of the times, since I was into LWC, most of the times I will get these kinds of things from my QA. Most of the times, the device specific problems. They used to test in one more information. These sites may not behave the same way. The UI may not be the same way when you are trying to test it from the Mac, from the Safari browser. Most of the challenges, even a simple cookies enablement, a lot of challenges we will generally get. Chrome generally do a lot of flexibilities it will have, right? But we may not have the same flexibility when it comes to iOS or even I struggled quite a lot to fix those issues. So I will recommend QA team to add that also.
Yeah, sure. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's it from my side. Yeah, thanks team.
Thank you, sir.
this session. Thank you once again, everyone. It's a good exposure, especially to coordinate with people from across the globe. We have interns from India, US, Canada, and in India also we have, distributed across various states. And everyone has collaborated, and we have identified a common time, and internally you discussed yourself, and you stick to the process, and really appreciate your effort. And I wish you all the best to get the things better in the next sprints. Thank you, team.
Thank you, Vijay sir. It wouldn't have been possible without you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, team.
Thank you.
If you are interested to learn Salesforce, visit AJ Skill Development website. There you can find our course curriculum, and you can come to know about the list of courses we are offering. We are offering Salesforce Administrator and Salesforce Development courses. To know about us and the team, you can visit our About Us section. This is an organization we are doing Salesforce training from 2018, and we have trained and guided 2,000 plus candidates so far. And if you also want to know about our placement assistance, visit our placement assistance section, where you can find the list of people and the category. You can see the list of people who got trained and placed from our side. You can also visit their LinkedIn pages to get to know about our training and also the feedback from the relevant trainees. Okay. And also, if you want to do the course inquiry, click on Contact Us. You will see the form. You can fill the form and submit the inquiry. Our team will get back to us. Thank you.